Hey everybody, Dev here again, and previous Valk videos I've done for you have shown you what happens when it all goes right and you get a good funnel. What I'm about to show you is instances where the Valk hasn't gone into the core because of quite poor funneling. And so we're going to go back a couple of walls and we're going to take a look first of all at a Town Hall 8. And this guy Marcus Blake, which was the leader of his clan, going up against vSynthetic, and this little base here, cute little Town Hall 8, some max defenses, probably going to Town Hall 9 soon. But take a look at what he's bringing into the fight. He's bringing in 6 Valks, but he's also bringing in 3 P.E.K.K.A. and a Golem, and I presume that was a Golem in the CC as well. So he was trying some kind of go vape, I guess, and you tell someone to go vape, I guess you're going to go tell them something else, because face it, vaping just isn't cool. Right, so he starts off with some quakes to try and break open a path to the core. Note where the CC radius is. Okay, nothing's... Alright, some dickhead's just doing a burnout outside my house. Must have figured out where I live. Anyway, in goes a Golem, and he's got a big clump of wizards. Now previously I've said that I'm not a big fan of a big clump of wizards. Alright, he's basically taken 9-10 wizards there to do the job of essentially 3, which leaves him open to splash damage. Fortunately he's not under any real splash damage. Oh wait, there's a baby dragon, just took out half his wizards there. But they end up taking out his baby dragon, and so he now starts to heal. And this is where it all goes wrong. Look how he's tried to get all 4 into the core, but they've all gone in basically all different directions. Right, a little bit like the Spice Girls circa 2002. They're all splitting up and going their own way. Some going around the outside, some going in the middle, and you can see that the attack is starting to falter. In desperation, he drops a heal spell, sees a little Golem White bouncing away, but then, strangely enough, the P.E.K.K.A. have gone away from the heal through the splash, okay, and again they're going the opposite way, so that heal spell was effectively wasted. The intelligence of the P.E.K.K.A.s obviously didn't get buffed when their attack speed did, and everything else is just sort of fizzled out. Okay, he's still got his heroes, but he just hasn't done enough damage to any of the defenses, and it looks like vSynthetic is going to get himself a quite handy defense here. So, speeding up. So obviously, not a very good army composition to start with, but then again, his funnel wasn't exactly the best either. I imagine that if he'd managed to get everything as a clump in there, he would have been quite successful, but sadly, it doesn't look as though that's going to be the case for him here. Okay, next one is going to be an attack from the enemy on our man Gunjack. Let's just try and find it. There it is, co-leader here, and he's going up against Gunjack. Gunjack is an engineered Town Hall, well, 9.5 really. He's a Town Hall 10, but he's got some lower defenses. And this person is going with a more traditional go wipe. This is going to come back to haunt him though. He's got 3 golems in his army and 3 P.E.K.K.A.s. See, I'm not a fan of it, and you're about to see why. Here's the CC just for you to have a look at. Traditional opening for a go wipe using a bunch of earthquakes, although I personally feel jumps are going to be better for him here, having seen it. And then he deployed 1, 2, 3 golems just like that, and then a big clump of wizards. Oh god, what to look at. Luckily there's no splash damage, but 1 giant bomb and it's good game for those wizards. Alright, so no poison to deal with the CC troops, which has got a baby dragon and a witch in the CC. Alright, so just right there, the wizard's starting to take some heat from the splash, but of course he's got the heal spell, so he's done all right there. But then his P.E.K.K.A.s have gone the wrong way. Alright, his P.E.K.K.A.s have gone the outside. They really should be driving in the core behind the golems in front of the wizards, but instead they're doing their own thing. And also the the king and the P.E.K.K.A. have gone around the outside again, so not ideal for this guy. And so the wizards are still doing their thing, but they're getting picked off one by one by the point defense. And now he's ended up with a bunch of golems hammering away on a wall. Bit of splash damage on that group of wizards right there. He's out of spells. And this is the point I was making before. The 3 golems is not good. See, in that case, you would have thought maybe another P.E.K.K.A. to make it 4. God, no. So maybe drop a golem, drop a P.E.K.K.A. That gives you, what, 55? You can probably get 6, maybe 7, possibly even 8 Valkyries and a couple more wizards with that with that reduction. Because what's going to happen is, because those P.E.K.K.A.s went around the outside, they're just getting picked off slowly, one by one. And then he's ended up with 2 golems at the end, relatively fresh, but they're not able to do jack to gun. So speeding up to watch the movie, the clip to completion, and again this attack fizzles out. Go wipe was a thing we saw a lot of in this war, and it seemed as though it was making a comeback, but there's a reason why it died out in the first place. Alright, the next one we're going to look at is their top man, River, and he's going against our top man in this particular war, J-Rock. So, let me team, there we go, they're going up against J-Rock. Now J-Rock is essentially an Infernoless Town Hall 10, and take a look at his base, loads of compartments, and this is very hard for Valk to deal with, especially when you're only packing 1 jump spell. He's gone with the Earthquakes. Again, a fatal flaw here. It would have been better for him to have taken no Earthquakes and gone for a jump at least, and maybe even a Rage or Poisons, depending on how he's going to deal with the CC troops. So with the Valks, you want to get a good strong funnel. He starts off by Earthquaking there. Not a fan of that. A jump spell is much better, because he's opened up the compartments in here as well. Alright, so he's got his golems and a P.E.K.K.A. on the outside. Now I'm a fan of P.E.K.K.A. Just 1 or 2 is a bit of meat and a bit of grunt. But he's taken, just pausing here, this is another P.E.K.K.A. and he's got max P.E.K.K.A., so that's obviously one that someone has donated to him. They didn't even have the courtesy to give him a big P.E.K.K.A. They've given him essentially a mini one, which as a level 7 clan, they're probably only getting +1 on their donations, so that looks like a level 2 P.E.K.K.A. to me. Disrespectful. But anyway, we'll carry on. So he's used some wizards and his queen to try and generate a funnel here. Taking out that archer tower. In comes the CC troops. He's got some loons and a Valk and a baby dragon in there. Now he's tried to use his freeze spell. He used it too early. When you're trying to freeze balloons, if that ever comes up, try and aim for their shadow. In come the Valkyries. They get a good funnel here, and they are staying together as a pack. But because he invested so much in the P.E.K.K.A. and the golems at the start, he doesn't have enough Valks to punch through the center very effectively. Okay, and they end up running in front of the golem. And they start getting picked off by the point defences. The king has finally gone down on the west side there. And he's got his queen and a couple of wizards up his sleeve, but the Valks just aren't penetrating those lava walls there. Okay, so again, another instance where the army composition wasn't quite right. With Valks, if you're going to use them, you've got to really go all in. And with a go wipe, you probably just want to go all out, because, or not even at all, to be fair. Alright, speeding up. The last one that we're going to take a look at is a failed attack on yours truly. This is one of the more hilarious videos you will see today. When I talk about poor army compositions, I should also be talking about poor decisions being made. Alright, and taking a look at this one here. Muhammad from Syrian army. Obviously needs to keep training. Take a look at this army composition. He's using Valkyries. He's got 2 heals. He's got 2 rages. And he's got a freeze and a haste for some strange reason. I've always felt that Valks under rage, or Valks by themselves, move fast enough anyway. So a haste is really... a haste is a waste here. A poison spell would have been much better for him, as you're about to find out. So there's the CC radius. He starts with giants. And only 2 wall breakers. Sadly, you're going to need much stronger wall breakers, or more of them, to break through that wall there, fella. That's odd. You really want to use 4 healers if you're going to do any kind of walk or giants. And so you can see that the giants have been pathed away by the offences on the outside of the walls. So he's effectively wasted that heal spell with the healers. And now come the Valkyries. Now the Valkyries in a big pack here is a big mistake for 2 reasons. Number 1, as you can see, he's activated my Eagle Artillery. Number 2, without a strong funnel, look what they've done. They have gone to the lab. And then they're going to path all the way through this side, going round the outside, round the outside, round the outside, with no protection. They are just going to be picked off by the Eagle Artillery and the point defences to finish them off. King's off on his own buzz over here doing things and stuff. The Wizard Tower here is going to pick off most of those barbarians, and then the cannon will finish off the King by itself. So, Eagle Artillery starts firing at those Valks, and you can see that it's picked out 1, smashed 1. Okay, they are doing some damage. A poorly timed rage spell, he gets a few Valks, so he decides to heal. But the thing is, once the Valks cut through, they are now out of the radius of the heal. So again, a wasted spell drop. He's tried to freeze the artillery, but he's frozen it just after it's taken its shots. Naturally, the ideal time would be just before it shoots, if you can get that timing right. Valkyries bore through the wall to try and get to the Queen, and now they're at the mercy of an Inferno on single. Bit of a bomb there, and the Valks just get spread. My CC troops finally come out and play, and it is all over Red Rover. So, Muhammad, yeah, you've got some gold, good for you, but unfortunately that raid would have ended up costing you about 2.5k dark, because 104 is just not enough to cut it. Righto, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, something a bit different today with a on army compositions that are not too effective. Starting to get the theme, and looking at our army comps, this is what happens when it goes wrong. Right, I'm off to try and make an Eagle Artillery video. I will catch you all later on. Thanks for watching. Give me a thumbs up, give me a comment, and see you next time.